visited with my family and my son, and it didn't turn out at all the way I expected. I did have a good time most of the time I was there, but I felt uncomfortable. I just felt like I was being psychoanalyzed, scrutinized, and it was and distanced. My family was keeping a distance from me, and they've never done this to me before. And when I went to hug my son, he'd never returned the hug the whole time I was there. And I could sense a strange spirit. It took me a while to figure it out, but after a while I figured out that I was being psychoanalyzed. Apparently Zach Knight's campaign to have me labeled as a paranoid schizophrenic has been very effective, because he's convinced some members of my family now that it's true. These are family members who have not seen me on a day-to-day basis like my mother has. I do not believe my mother believes I'm paranoid schizophrenic. But these are family members who are only familiar with me from the internet and from brief visits with me when they come down to see me, so they don't really know me. And Zach Knight has got them convinced that I'm paranoid schizophrenic. Apparently they've been reading some of the stuff at Crazy Gail Wiki and these other sites. All sorts of stuff was happening. We would go out shopping to the mall, and I just felt like, it was like, I was scared to open my mouth. Like anything I said or did was like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. That is so inappropriate. It's like, I think I mentioned the word menopause one time, and the relatives just jumped all over me about like, oh, you should not have used that word, not in public. You don't say the word menopause in public. It's like, and I was thinking, wow, they give me a bed down in the basement where I'm supposed to sleep, and they keep their television down there, and they'd all come down there to watch TV. Well, when I had my tampons and my mini pads and my underwear all over the bed, and yet they didn't seem to think it was inappropriate to come down to the area where I'd be sleeping, where I had all my stuff laid out with the underwear and everything. That wasn't inappropriate. Yeah, for them to come down there and invade my privacy, I see my underwear and everything out there, watch TV in front of me, but yet to say the word menopause is inappropriate. Let me tell you, me personal opinion, I'm a kind of a hang loose kind of a woman. I don't really care if they see my underwear on the bed or my tampons and stuff, but I just thought they were being kind of hypocritical. So, they jump all over me because I use the word menopause in a conversation at this, I think I just mentioned that I was in menopause one time. I wasn't planning on going into big, long, detailed discussion. It was actually a bit of a joke. I was being jocative. Apparently they don't appreciate that kind of humor. I was cracking a joke with them about being in menopause. And it was like, oh, you shouldn't have said that. That's inappropriate. So I thought, oh dear, man. It's like, where's their sense of humor? And it's, I guess you're mentally ill if you want to crack a joke about menopause, So, but yet it's okay to go to my bedroom downstairs where I have my tampons laid out and my underwear, and for them to all show up and watch television with my private stuff displayed all over the bed. I thought, my goodness, this is a double standard here. It's okay for them to come and look at my underwear and my tampons. You say, well, maybe you should have put it up. I was trying to organize my suitcase and they all just showed up. You say, well, to be honest with you, I don't really give a flip whether they want to see all that stuff. But I just thought that, I thought they were being kind of hypocrites. And finally, I came to the conclusion that they really did believe I was crazy. They believed all this junk. It's probably because they've been going to my website and they're reading about how I claim to have a relationship with Brent Spiner, Vladimir Putin, and all these people. There's no way she could have had a relationship with those people and brain-to-brain sex. Why, everybody knows there's no such thing as that. This is where Zach Knight is being so brilliant, man. He's taken all the stuff that's true but hard to believe and playing on it, saying, what he'll do is he'll take stuff that's true and uses the shock technique. It's like, Gail believes there are clones. Hey, folks, maybe there are clones. Gail believes in brain-to-brain sex. You know there's no such thing as brain-to-brain sex, right? So, oh, Gail believes that that everybody's after her. Well, maybe all the Jesuits are after me. They admitted their website I'm their #1 target. So what they're doing is taking stuff that's true but hard to believe and getting really melodramatic about it and saying, she has to be crazy because you know there are no clones. Folks, there are clones. You know there's no such thing as brain-to-brain sex. Yes, there is. And you say, oh, and you know the verse numbers in the King James Bible cannot be inspired. Yes, they are. And for instance, I told my son, I said, I think it's mighty strange that I'm going to be 57 years old in the year 2015. And I was born in September 15th, 1957. And I think something, and I believe, in my book, Silver Skies, I claim the rapture is going to happen in May, because Song of Solomon chapter 2, verse 9 and 10 indicates a springtime rapture. Find it interesting that it's verses 9 and 10. I was born September 15th, 1957. So I told this to my son when we were talking together. I said, Mom, that's just a coincidence. The numbers in the Bible are not inspired.